You can be liked by a lot of people and still feel like no one actually knows where you live inside yourself. So why does it still feel like that? Why, after all the dinners and group chats, does some part of you still stay hidden? You laugh at the right moments. You reply to the messages. You show up. And you still come home with this quiet ache, like some part of you was there, but never really met. Maybe the ache is not that people dislike you. Maybe it is that they only meet the version of you that knows how to be easy. Maybe this has happened to you. You are sitting with people who are kind enough. Nothing is wrong. No one is being cruel. The room is warm. Someone is laughing. Then someone asks a simple question. And for a second, you almost answer honestly. Not dramatically, just honestly. You almost say what you really think about life lately, or love, or the way people disappear from themselves when they are trying to be accepted. But you feel the room moving too fast, so you shorten the thought. You make it lighter. You turn it into something easier to receive. Everyone nods. Someone changes the subject. The conversation keeps going, and something in you quietly steps back. That small moment may not look important, but it explains more than it seems. Deep thinkers do not always struggle to meet people. They struggle to be met. There is a difference. You can have people around you. You can have decent conversations. You can be included, invited, remembered, even appreciated, and still feel like the conversation never reached the place where you actually live. Because most conversations have a default depth. The weather, the weekend, the thing that happened at work, the safe little comments people pass back and forth so the silence does not get uncomfortable. And honestly, there is nothing wrong with that. Small talk is not evil. Sometimes it is just the doorway. The problem is, a lot of people want to live in the doorway, and your mind keeps wanting to walk through it. Not because you are trying to be intense, not because you think you are better than anyone. It is just that your mind moves in layers. While other people are talking about what happened, part of you is already wondering why it happened, what it means, what it says about people, what it says about you. You are not trying to make everything deep. You just notice the depth before you know how to stop noticing it. And after enough rooms like that, you learn to do something exhausting. You translate your thoughts into smaller sentences, your emotions into acceptable moods, your silence into something people will not take personally. You learn which parts of yourself are easy for others to hold. The funny version, the helpful version, the calm version, the version that asks good questions but does not answer too honestly when someone asks them back. I have to admit, this one took me a while to notice. For a long time, I thought the problem was that I had not found the right conversation yet. Ask better questions, meet different people, go to different places, try harder. And some of that helps. But the uncomfortable part was realizing I had also become very good at making myself easier. People may find you easy to talk to, but easy and seen are not the same thing. And once you become fluent in translating yourself, you can start to forget what the untranslated version even sounds like. This is what people often miss about deep thinkers. They may see someone thoughtful, calm, polite, a good listener, someone who seems low maintenance. What they do not see is the editing, the question you swallowed, the opinion you softened, the strange little observation you kept to yourself because the full version once landed badly. Maybe someone turned it into a joke too quickly. Maybe they gave advice when you were trying to be understood. Maybe they looked at you with that blank, polite face that says, "I heard the words, but I did not know where to put them." And after that happens enough times, you start closing doors before anyone can walk past them carelessly. Not because you hate people, because certain thoughts need a certain kind of company, and that kind of company is not always in the room. So you hold it. And holding is a skill, but holding also has weight. The uncomfortable part is, even being understood can feel unfamiliar when you have spent years preparing not to be. That is the layer almost nobody talks about. Finding your people does not always fix the loneliness right away. Because by the time you meet someone who can actually hold the full conversation, something else may have happened. You have been translating yourself for so long that being truly understood feels almost exposing. Like walking into a room without the version of yourself you usually wear first. It should feel like relief. And sometimes it does. But sometimes it also feels strange. A little unsafe. Almost too visible. And sometimes loneliness starts to feel familiar. Not safe exactly, just known. Deep thinkers do not only struggle to find their people. Some have been alone with their own minds for so long that they have quietly become strangers to the part of themselves that wanted to be fully known. They want connection, and they are slightly frightened of it. Both things at the same time. You are not confused. You are just carrying something that never had the right container. And maybe that is why that moment at the table stayed with you. The one where you almost answered honestly, then made yourself smaller. The painful part was not that nobody listened. They did. They nodded. They smiled. They responded. But no one followed you beneath the sentence. No one noticed the doorway you had opened. And after enough moments like that, you learn to close the door before anyone can miss it. Sometimes you are not looking for more people. You are looking for fewer moments where you have to abandon yourself just to belong. You are not hard to reach. You are just tired of being met only at the entrance. There is a difference. I am not going to pretend this gets easy. Some seasons are genuinely lonely, and I think the honest thing is to say that plainly, instead of dressing it up as some beautiful lesson. But I do think the framing matters. You have not been failing at connection your whole life. You may have been looking for a very specific kind. The kind where you do not have to compress yourself before you speak. The kind where silence does not need a quick rescue. The kind where someone can hear a half-formed thought and not rush you to finish it. I do not think the goal is to lower what you need. I think the goal is to stop treating the absence of it as proof that something is wrong with you. Maybe you do not need a crowd to feel less alone. Maybe you need one or two people who do not make your mind feel too large for the room. I am curious where you feel it most. Alone in your room? Or surrounded by people who almost understand you? You can tell me below. I read those comments slowly. Quiet mind is a place for people who think deeply, feel quietly, and notice the things most people miss. Subscribe and come back whenever your mind feels too large for the room you are in. Maybe your people are not the ones who pull you out of your depth. Maybe they are the ones who know how to meet you there.